Can you believe the Grey Cup Championship is just mere hours away? What a division finals, though. It had the East game was a rematch of last year's Grey Cup game, which was Edmonton and Ottawa, and it was snowing up there in the Canadian capital. I mean, it was coming down. The field was all white, and in that snowy atmosphere in that November afternoon in Ottawa made for a great Eastern final game, which saw the Red Blacks avenge their Grey Cup loss last year. They ousted the Eskimos, keeping the crossover team's futility streak alive. By that I mean no crossover team has ever reached the Grey Cup game, and that still stands with Ottawa's win. So Ottawa will be playing for the Grey Cup for the second straight year. They fell short last year. The city is looking for their first Grey Cup in about 40 years, because the Red Blacks franchise is only in its third year to play. And the first year they won 2 games. They only won 2 games, and of course last year they finished first place and then made it all the way to the Grey Cup game, only to lose to the Eskimos. Now they're back in it again, but who are their opponents this time? None other than the Calgary Stampeders. The Stampeders mowed through the Lions. I mean, this thing was over. I watched this game in the final hours while waiting for Survivor Series. This game was dead. This game was over. I think it was 31-0 at halftime. So that's how bad it was. BC, I have to say kudos to the BC Lions for even getting this far. They were one win away from playing for the Grey Cup, and they nearly got that far. Even though they were blasted and blown out in Calgary, even to get that close to the game, that's something. But so Calgary and Ottawa, that's the matchup. The Stampeders and the Red Blacks in Toronto. Now that game's gonna air on ESPN2, and the season series between the two. Calgary won the season series. The first game ended in a 26-26 tie, but Calgary won their second meeting. And so it's gonna be a good game. I think it's gonna be a good close game. It'll be something if Ottawa wins. If Ottawa wins, it would definitely have to be an upset. I mean, yeah, these are both first place teams, but they're not exactly peas in a pod. Calgary had a dominant season in a strong West Division. Meanwhile, the Red Blacks finished under 500. They finished in first place at 8-9-1 in a very tepid East Division. So it's apples and oranges here. So it's apples and oranges. But even so, it should be an excellent game. The Eastern and Western final were great. Well, the East final was good and close, while the West final was a blowout. But even so, it was fun to watch. I think this Grey Cup's going to be good too. And with that, that's my brief review of the division final. The Grey Cup game will air at 6:30 Eastern, 3:30 Pacific on ESPN2 this Sunday for any American fans like myself. So enjoy the Grey Cup. And I will review that. I'll review that sometime in a matter of days. So I bid you good night and enjoy the game.